Let me explain the pre-selling model. This is the model that I teach, and I call this the rent first, rank later. Rent, then rank. And we're just flipping it on its head, okay? So here's the way that I teach it inside of my program. This is the only way that I think you should do it. It's the only way that I think you're ever gonna be able to scale this business model. So here's how I do it. The first step is the same. I pick the city, I pick the niche. And there is a formula for this, by the way. We don't just go pick a random city, pick a random niche. It's a due diligence process. There's a criteria that I have for picking a city. There's a criteria I have for picking a niche. We've talked about this at length inside of some of our free groups, inside of our free trainings. And obviously we give that blueprint and that formula inside of the community. That's number one. Here's where it changes. Number two is instead of going and building out a website, what I do is I go build a landing page. What a landing page is basically a one-page throwaway website, something that I'm not going to keep. It probably takes me like 15 minutes to build. I have a team that does this now. I'm going to build a simple landing page. Okay. It's one page. And on that landing page, I'm going to have a phone number. I'm going to have a little quote form. I'm going to have some content. I'm just going to throw it together. But because I've done this for so long and I've tested so many different ones, I know what that needs to look like. And then I'm thinking, you know, how can I get people to this website? The way that I discovered that works the best is you go to Google Ads. And how Google Ads works is you go to Google, you pay them, and you say, hey, Google, I'm going to pay you to put my one pager or my website on page one today instead of me waiting 6 months. Now, if you wait 6 months and you're actually organically ranked, meaning you've done the SEO, you put in the work, if somebody clicks on your website, it doesn't cost you anything, right? You earned your way to the top. But I can go pay Google today to put me on page one. And this is how Google makes money. A lot of their money comes from this product called Google Ads, and they will put me on page one. And the downside is every time somebody clicks on my ad, I get charged. They don't have to call me. It could be a competitor. It could be all these number of things. But because I'm coming up on $1.5 million on Google Ads, I know exactly what the ad needs to look like. I know what the keywords need to be. I know how to set this thing up. And I can do this very, very quickly. And it's, by the way, once you learn how to set up a Google ad, it's not that hard. It sounds overwhelming. It sounds like this big. I've set up Facebook ads. I've set up Google ads. And I'm here to tell you, setting up a Google ad is much easier than a Facebook ad. And doing a Facebook ad is not that crazy, just so you know. You just have to know what you're doing. Guys, step two is I'm going to put up a one-page little landing page, and I'm going to turn on some ads, and it's going to put that landing page on page one, and people are going to start clicking. The right people are going to start calling that number. Hey, I need, I'm in Orlando. I need a quote on getting my tree cut down. And guess what? I'm going to get the phone ringing today. And then what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to take the leads that come from that ad. Say I spend $100, I get 5, 6 leads, 3 leads, and I'm going to go to a local business owner in Orlando, and I'm going to use those leads to give a few free leads. Like I talked about in the beginning, I always want to give free value up front, and I'm going to secure that deal with those leads I'm giving for free. So for less than, let's say a couple $100, at the worst case, I'm going to be able to land a deal with a business owner. And that even includes if I have to go through multiple business owners. By the way, when I say a couple $100, sometimes it takes $50, sometimes it takes $100, sometimes it takes $150. I'm going to be able to secure a deal up front. I'm going to let the business owner know, hey, I want to work with you. We're going to be building out a website. I'm still going to get you leads. They're just going to be coming from this thing called ads. And then by about month 6, we're going to start seeing consistent organic leads. And guys, guess what? Now I have a paying client. I have a credit card. I have a contract, and I have this thing set up, this one pager and these ads, and I'm feeding this guy or this gal with leads. They're paying me $1,000 a month. I'm spending half of that on ads, and I'm pocketing $500 a month. And now I get to take that $500 a month, right? That's $6,000 a year I'm netting, and I don't even have a website. And I'm going to use that money to build out my website and start ranking it. And the beautiful part is I'm getting paid the entire time. I know that once the website ranks, I can turn off the ads. And now instead of making $500 out of that $1,000, I'm going to make $900 out of that $1,000. And that's the beauty behind this. And guess what? I can now scale. Why? Because if I go and I build a website or a one pager for tree service in Orlando and I run the ads and I can't find any hungry business owner, guess what? I'm only committed to about a week's worth of time and $100 instead of 6, 7, 8 months worth of time and multiple hundreds, if not $1,000 plus in hard costs, in hosting, in content, in labor, and my time. And so now I can rapidly go and test cities, and I make my money back instantly because I collect the $1,000 up front. I make all my money back that I've spent on the ads, and now I'm in the green. So now I can scale because I'm not building random websites in random cities and niches hoping they're going to work out. I'm only going to build a website once I get a deal. And now the financial aspect is no longer a bottleneck. I am no longer at the mercy of the finances. And some of you guys, maybe you have, $100,000 you could throw at this. It's great. But why would you? If you didn't have to, if you could have other people fund your projects, wouldn't you want to do that?